Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jenny, and in this video, I would like to share with you 4 easy to follow steps so you can get easily a high band score in Ielts reading 7.0. I know that 7.0 is not something impressive or high score yet, but just think about the people who are struggling to read in English to understand the question in Ielts reading. So 7.0 is something a dream score already, right? So in this video, I would like to share with you everything I know and every single step to take you from zero background to hero that achieve a high band score in Ielts 7.0. Let's get started. A lot of people came to me and asked, "Hey Jenny, how to build up the vocabulary? Which vocabulary I should learn first? And which book I should take to start to learn English, to start to learn Ielts reading?" Because when I attend the English center, they never give me the direct strategy. They just want to keep me longer and longer so I can pay money for them more and more. But the result, I cannot have that. I can understand your feeling, your emotions. So, in order to answer the question, which vocabulary you should learn first, now I will recommend to you the complete books and the steps for you to learn as well. The first book I would like to recommend to you is the book from the teacher Ngọc Bách. Teacher Ngọc Bách is really famous in Vietnam when it comes to Ielts learning, right? And when I started to learn Ielts, I wanted to choose materials and books from famous people. At least they are credible and they know what they are doing. So at the time, I chose the book from teacher Ngọc Bách. The name of the book is Solving Ielts Reading Questions. And if you would like to have this book, I would give the link in the description box or in the comment section below, so you can download the ebook easily. This book I really love because it's written in 2 languages, English and Vietnamese language. So just imagine like this. One stone kills 2 birds, so you can achieve 2 goals at the same time. The first goal is to understand the tips, tricks, and the strategies of Ielts reading format and how to answer it and how to have the high score in Ielts reading. The second benefit is that you can train yourself to understand an English style. So you always ask me, "Hey, but I don't know anything about English. I don't know how to read in English. I don't know about vocabulary." It's totally fine because teacher Ngọc Bách offer you bilingual books. So when you read English and you cannot understand, so you can move forward to read the Vietnamese subtitles. So it's so easy for you to start to learn Ielts reading by yourself at home. In this book, apart from giving you tips, tricks, and strategies about different kinds of questions in Ielts reading, teacher Ngọc Bách also offered you small exercise extracted from the real Ielts Cambridge book, so you can have the opportunity to get used to the academic style and vocabulary as well. So I recommend you to jot down and note down every single vocabulary you don't know in English. So you start to learn from that, and that is the starting point to start to accumulate vocabulary in English, especially in Ielts. So you see, I already solved your questions that which vocabulary you should learn first and which book you should take first. That's it, the book from the teacher Ngọc Bách, and the link I put in the description box or the comment section below. And the questions is that, which vocabulary? Yeah, the vocabulary in that book. Learn vocabulary from that book. So that's it, done. So you don't need to browse through internet to check which book and which vocabulary to learn. Just follow my advice through the end and you will see that the big picture and your goal enlightened. So after finishing this book, you should take the second book named Practicing Memorizing Vocabulary for students who are about to take their entrance exam. So why I recommend you to take this book after reading the books from Ngọc Bách? Why not recommend you to take an IELTS book? Let me answer. Because after you read the book from teacher Ngọc Bách, you just have the small knowledge in English, just like this. In this knowledge, you just have strategy, tips and tricks, and a little bit of reading skills about small exercise and just limited vocabulary. You need to expand your reading skills more and expand your vocabulary. Otherwise, you would get shocked when you come to IELTS reading test. So with the book I recommend to you now, it's really useful and it's really easy to read because this book is written in 2 languages as well. It's also a bilingual book, so you can train your skills to read in English. And if you cannot understand anything, it already have the Vietnamese translation for you. So you don't need to waste a huge amount of time. Go online, search for the definition and the meaning of that. You can learn everything in that book. And this book is designed in a colorful and playful way. So if you guys are the type of people who get tired of like traditional grammar books, you should go for this book because it's colorful and the size of the alphabets is big enough for you to keep moving on and keep you motivated up every time you want to give up. And one more thing in this book is that in this book it has the motivational speech as well. So whenever you want to give up, it's always lift your spirit up and still keep going and still keep studying. And besides that, it also have the page to evaluate your performance in studying English. So after a day or after that lesson, you can evaluate yourself that how much you focused on that lesson and do you feel satisfied with your performance. And it's so much fun. It's look like me or look like other teacher guide you through the difficult English test. And one more thing I want to tell you, in this book it also have audio, so you can revise the vocabulary you already learned in the test via audio. You can learn this vocabulary from day till night, dusk till dawn. And one more thing, one method that is good in this book is to mix between Vietnamese and English, so it can help you to feel the English learning journey more enjoyable. For example, in Vietnamese language, we have the sentence like this: Hôm nay trời mưa. So, in this book, it will try to teach you a vocabulary in this way. Hôm nay trời rain. So you see, they put the rain, so it doesn't take you a lot of time and energy to learn about that vocabulary. After you learn this book, I think your IELTS score now or IELTS reading skills now can be around 5.0. So you can achieve this easily. No need to try so hard to read from a difficult article in IELTS test. So after this, it's not enough to jump into the IELTS Cambridge book because you may feel shocked and you hate English. You know, people tend to love something easy and motivated. So the third book I recommend to you is the grammar book. Yes, finally we go to grammar book, right? You cannot avoid it. And nothing to avoid because it's so funny. And the book I recommend to you is also funny, although it's not designed in a colorful way or in a playful way, but it's also give you the small notes or the small summarizing And it's better than your teacher, I'm sure with you, because your teacher just teach you every day the small fraction of grammar, but never connect them together for you to understand. But in this book, it looks like you have the dictionary or you have the secret book for yourself. And I'm sure that with this book, you can easily to understand English. And from this book, you can learn English by yourself at home, because from now on, you know why this sentence need to be written like that sentence need to be spoken like that, so you can understand the deeply reason behind that, instead of just learn by heart vocabulary and sentences. This book I really recommend to you. And one person asked me, "Hey Jenny, but the alphabet and the size of the word inside this book is so small and I feel tired and I get bored of it." It's totally fine. I also hold a lot of live stream to teach the grammar and knowledge from this book to you. You just need to subscribe my YouTube channel and follow my live stream every week so you can learn from me as well. And you see, my style is so playful and vivid, so you can learn faster. So remember, the live stream will be held on every Friday at 8 p.m. Vietnam time. So let's check and let's subscribe my YouTube channel to learn with me. And after finishing the grammar book, what the book next you should do? When I talk like this, you think, oh my god, a lot of book to read and a lot of book to study. It's overwhelming. But you know, you don't need to follow what I recommend. You just need to follow the first book, do it, and then adjust and modify what you should do next. You just need to modify according to your level at that moment. Maybe at that moment, you already know English and grammar, so you don't need to follow and take the grammar book anymore. You can jump right into the Cambridge IELTS book. It's totally fine. But this way, this can help you to craft according to the journey in case you are not well equipped yet with information and knowledge. So the fourth book I want to recommend to you is about the basic book related to IELTS and easier than Cambridge IELTS book. This can help you to prepare about mindset and knowledge as well. Honestly, I have to tell you, I didn't spend a lot of time practicing on this kind of book. I tend to jump right in the IELTS Cambridge book to learn and read from that, because when I jump right into the IELTS Cambridge book, I can know what knowledge I still lack, and I just need to come back to the grammar book or learn more vocabulary or go on YouTube channel and then type what tactic and strategy and tips for that particular kind of exercise. But in order to answer a lot of questions, I would like to give you a detailed journey, a detailed blueprint, because I know a lot of people cannot jump right into the Cambridge IELTS book like me because they are afraid or they're not confident enough. And the book you can see on a lot of websites and YouTubers already recommend for you. Like Get Ready for IELTS by Collins, about 4 skills: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Or Basic for IELTS, about 4 skills as well. And other book I recommend to you is about IELTS strategies for the IELTS test. It's about strategies for the IELTS test. But I remember at that time, I just took listening strategies for the IELTS test. But reading and other 2 skills, I didn't read these books. So I would like to tell you that you don't need to follow all the advices and books that YouTuber recommend to you. You need to craft according to your level as well, because maybe at that time you will be smarter than me, so you don't need to take the book I recommend to you. And let me summarize the book I really used when I started IELTS. The first book is about reading strategy from teacher Ngọc Bách. The second book is Practice Memorizing Vocabulary in Truest Way. And the third book is Grammar book. And the fourth book is about listening strategies for the Ielts test. So you see, I don't really use a lot of books because in one book, if you really focus and browse the book with different angles and different perspectives, you already learn a lot. And you know the vocabulary will be repeated all the time if you just grab a lot of books to learn. So it's really waste of time if you just jump from this book to another book to another book to another book instead of spending that time to really absorb the vocabulary. So tada, that's it, finished. And the final step is to jump right into the IELTS book, the Cambridge IELTS book, the legendary books for people before taking the real exams. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and know exactly what book you should take or which kind of steps you should make in order to be successful in IELTS reading. And if you like this video, don't hesitate to subscribe and like this video, and remember to follow my channel to learn English with me via live stream on YouTube channel. And if you guys have any questions, I'm so happy and pleased to answer in a funny and playful way. Please comment below your problems, and I'm so happy to answer via this kind of video. And if you guys wonder how I remember vocabulary and apply vocabulary into my speaking test, remember to click on this video. In this video, I will show you how to memorize vocabulary better and can improve your speaking skills. So please click on this video. I'm happy to guide you through. At the time, I considered myself as one of the most stupid girl in the world. So if now you think that you are stupid, you are idiotic and not good enough for English, and no matter how much you try, you cannot get the high IELTS band score in reading, so you are totally wrong. Because you see, before I couldn't talk like this, and now I can talk fluently in English and can walk you through the pathway to have a high IELTS band score in reading. So I think you can do it. You just need to be consistent and do it every day and exercise every day. Don't give up on yourself.